You must be thinking about making a move to Kansas City. Well, today is your lucky day and you've tuned into the right place, because today I'm going to take you around. I'm going to show you map video style the top 5 golf course communities in the Kansas City Northland. I'm going to do it right now. Hi, I'm Max Jones, and my partner Zach Morton and I have been running the Mojo real estate team for over 20 years, helping people just like you move to Kansas City from other places, move within Kansas City, and we absolutely love it. But don't take my word for it. You can hop on Google and you can see that we have over 600 5-star Google reviews. So with that being said, we're going to dive right into the map video. I've got it pulled up right now, and right now we're zoomed out so we can see all of Kansas City. I've just typed in the word golf into the Google Maps, and you can see all of the golf courses in the Northland. Well, this is actually a little more than just the Northland, but we're going to zoom in. And so the Northland is a term that we Kansas Cityans use for everything north of the Missouri River that runs right through the center of Kansas City. So everything north is on the Missouri side, and on the south side, the city is divided by the state line right here. Everything on this side is Kansas, and everything on this side is Missouri. But today we're just going to be talking about the top 5 golf course communities in the Kansas City Northland. And so we've got them all pulled up here. I'm going to shut that off, and I'm going to focus on number 5. We're going to go with Hodge Park Golf Course. So Hodge Park Golf Course is on the east side of the Northland, and Hodge Park Golf Course is right here, and it is just north of this subdivision right here, which they call the Fairways. And Hodge Park is also sandwiched between this park right here that is full of trails that goes all through the woods and has a living history museum. It's just a great place to go and ride your bike or jog or picnic for the day. But what we're talking about is the golf course. The golf course was built in 1976. It's a par 70. They have 3 lakes with 7 hazardous holes, and 10 of the holes dog legs. So when they bend sharply, if you're watching a golf video, you know what a dog leg is. But what I like about Hodge Park is, and it's one of my favorite courses actually, because I live right up across the way over here to the east, is it's wide open. So it's not link style course where you're losing tons of balls in tall grass. They keep it all mowed down. I'll zoom in a little further so you can see that hole 1 starts, and hole 1 starts here, and it's wide open. So here in between the trees and stuff, if you're like me and you're not straight down the fairway every time off the tee box, then it gets pretty annoying to lose ball after ball with a little bit of slice or a hook, and you don't run into that problem at Hodge Park. So it's a great little course, fairly inexpensive relative to some of the other courses I'm going to talk about and highlight on today's video. But Hodge Park is, let me zoom out here so you can see where it sits. So here's the Northland, and it sits over here on the east side. This blue dot is my house, so that's Google knows where I'm at all times. But Hodge Park is just down the street from my house and a fantastic place to golf. Coming in at number 4 for the top 5 list is Tiffany Green's, and it is over here in Platte County, and it weaves in and out of all these houses and this subdivision here on the east side of Skyview. Skyview runs up along here, heads up to the airport, and it is Tiffany Green's subdivision. And the golf course is really nice. There's a couple things about it I'll let you know. It is a private course, but it is open to the public, and it's beautiful. A beautiful clubhouse down here on the south side of the course. It is a par 72. It was designed by Robert Trent Jones II. A couple things I don't really like about it, and I think they're in the process of correcting. The one thing is the sand traps are fairly eroded and kind of washed in, and you got grass growing in them, and so they're not pristine sand traps. And so that's kind of not the greatest. And then another thing that I don't think is the best is that the golf course does not have cut double back at the clubhouse on hole 9 like you typically see with a golf course. You know, you'll come around hole 9, grab your hot dog, you know, fill up the cooler with some brewskis. And Tiffany Green's does not do that. It's a kind of a down and back course. So beautiful course though. One of my favorite holes, and I sold a house right out on this point here. I think it was this house right here with the pool. But this hole right here is over the water and is just an awesome par 3. So some really fantastic. In fact, I have my accountant who probably golfs too much. I landed on the green about 3 feet from the cup from clear out here. So depending on what day you're golfing, they move the green, or the tee box rather, from some of these spots here. But just a really nice course in Platte County, and coming in at number 4 on my list. Number 3 on my list, we're going to go back over by Hodge Park, and we're going to go to Shoal Creek Golf. But Shoal Creek Golf Course is sandwiched between a couple of neighborhoods, and it's also over by my house. Probably a little nicer and a little more expensive than Hodge, and you know, probably a little more difficult course too. But it's sandwiched between this subdivision here, which is really nice. This is, you know, $1 million and up homes. It's called Shoal Creek the Preserve, Valley the Preserve. There's a whole bunch of development going on right here, and really nice new homes and new commercial being built right in the front of the subdivision. You can see here some new construction. This subdivision here is Woodneath Farms. So Shoal Creek Golf Course is situated right in between all of those. It is a par 71. It was designed by Steve Wolford. And one of the things that's nice about Shoal Creek Course is there's lots of elevation changes. So there are, you know, a couple shots where you are hitting off the top of the hill, and I mean, that baby soars if you get a hold of it. So really fun course to play, and coming in at number 3 on my list. Number 4 on my list is gonna split the Northland right in the middle, and it is called Staley Farms. We have several videos on Staley Farms, some new construction videos. There is a bunch of new construction. In fact, this whole area right here is where those videos were shot from. We have Casabella, we have Homes by Chris, we have Don Julian, are some of the most premier builders in the Kansas City metro area. And this whole section here is going to be developed. So only some of those are going to back to the course. You see, this is part of the course right here, but it wraps around and through all these homes, and it's just a phenomenal course. So when I complained about Tiffany Green's and their sand traps not being developed, Staley Farms has gone in and completely renovated all their traps. They've got beautiful white sand traps, and it is just, I'll zoom in here, see if you can see some of them, but it is just very well maintained, beautiful course. Fairly difficult, lots of elevation changes, lots of shots over water, really fun course to play. A couple, you know, if you don't watch out, you might be bouncing balls off some houses. I don't know I think that liability falls on the golfer, so you got to be careful when you're out at Staley Farms. It's a par 72, and I'm not sure who designed Staley Farms. It's a private course, but they open it to the public. You can book a reservation, and it is a little more expensive as we're going up. Then I've got the number 1 course on my list. So we're starting in reverse order. I don't know if I said that right. So we started with 5 with Hodge Park, 4 with Tiffany Green's, 3 with Shoal Creek, 2 with Staley Farms, and I can't count backwards. I can't say my ABCs backwards either. But number 1 coming in on the list is the National. And it is just the most premier. I think it's the best course in Kansas City. There are a couple out south that rival it, but I'll click in here. It's over in Platte County, on the southern side of Platte County, and it's one of the most phenomenal courses that you can have. The clubhouse is right here, kind of in the center of the course, and you can see it here. It's on the north side of 45 highway. I'll zoom out a little bit so you can get some perspective. Here's the Northland. So you got, Tiffany Green's was up here. Staley Farms was right in here. And then Shoal Creek and Hodge were over here on the east side. The National is over here on the west side of the Northland, and it's down off of 45 highway. And there's actually two courses. So you've got the National, which is, both of them were designed by Tom Watson. So, I mean, they're just like PGA quality golf here. On the north side of 45, you've got the National. On the south side, they call it the Deuce, which I guess is number 2, you know, the National number 2. It's a little less expensive to golf the Deuce, and I think you have to be a member to golf the National. And still, if you're a guest, it's a pretty penny to golf if you get the invite, if you're lucky enough to be invited. But it's worth it. I mean, I've golfed it a couple of times, and it is just, I mean, phenomenally maintained, beautiful course, really challenging play, and you're surrounded by, you know, probably, I don't think you can really even get in under, maybe like 1.5 would be on the low end, but there's homes in the subdivision up to $6, $7, $8 million. They have a phenomenal clubhouse, really beautiful amenities. You can see the tennis courts here, and it's just a beautiful golf course. And then I think the Deuce has some here on the north side of 45 and some on the south side of 45. So it's kind of cool too. When you go to the back 9, you go underneath 45 highway, or maybe it's the front 9. You start at the clubhouse and go out and go on this side, on the south side of 45 highway, and then come back. It's been a while since I've golfed the Deuce, but it's a really nice course too. So really a twofer on the number 1 course in the Northland. And while I'm talking about courses, since you've stuck around to the end, I'm going to give you 2 bonus courses, just so you're well educated on golf, because if you've hung around with me this long, golf is probably important to you. So I'm going to just click off the map or the satellite view, and I'm going to show you 2 more golf courses that are a little outside of, there's no neighborhoods around them, and that's why they didn't really make the list. Since I don't sell golf, I do sell houses. I wanted to talk more about the neighborhoods than I did the golf, really. But you've got one up here in Platte City. Wait, just really zoomed in on it. So north of the airport is Platte City, and you've got Shiloh Springs Golf Course, really inexpensive, kind of, you know, not the most well-maintained golf course, just to be honest, but you know, it's more of a blue-collar, beer drinking. I mean, there's beer drinking at every course. Let's be real. But it's. Let me click on the satellite view so you can see. It's, you know, nothing fancy. There's not a bunch of houses in between. It's down and back. You know, ragtag little place to where you can. If I wanted to get on there tomorrow, I could get on the course, no problem. So, you know, you really don't have to book well in advance. I think it might be $30, $40 to golf on the weekend. Don't quote me on the price, but it's really affordable, really reasonable, and, you know, a place that you can always hop on. And then one more that is also a twofer, to come to think of it, and is really nice, long par 5s. Let me see here, is Smithville Golf Course. So it is even a little further north, and Smithville Lake. Let me zoom out. Boy, that really likes to zoom in on you, doesn't it? So you can see Platte City. So basically, a little recap here. Here's me in Liberty. You've got Hodge Park. You've got Shoal Creek. You've got Staley Farms. You've got Tiffany Green's. You've got the National, all right down here in the heart of the Northland. And then Shiloh was up here in Platte City, and Smithville golf courses. You've got 2 courses, and they are called Paradise. It's Paradise Point is the point of the lake that they're on. So Smithville Lake is just phenomenal. We're so lucky to have it in the Northland, just for recreation and fishing and boating and everything. But the 2 courses that are up there are really nice. You've got the Posse and the Outlaw, and I'm going to zoom in on those so you can have a look at them real quick. Just some bonus courses. There's not really neighborhoods. I mean, there are some adjacent neighborhoods. In fact, this Greyhawk neighborhood that's right here, is really nice, and Harbor View, I think it is. It's right in here. It's really nice too. A little less expensive than Greyhawk, but yeah, here's the two courses. So you've got the Posse and the Outlaw, so two 18-hole courses here. They're really long stretches, lots of par fives, and I'm not sure what the par is for the entire course or the distance, but it definitely, with a guy like me that can only drive it a couple hundred yards, they're challenging courses to play, but beautiful because you're out by the lake and just great place to spend the afternoon. So that's it. That does it for my top 5 golf courses of the Kansas City Northland. I really appreciate you tuning in. We want to be a resource for you for all things real estate. Really, a lot of you folks are thinking about moving to Kansas City, so we're just trying to educate you not only on real estate, but on what Kansas City has to offer. So, that's our job as real estate agents. We network for a living, and we want to connect you with everything that's important to you about Kansas City. So whether it's helping you find an employer or helping you find, where the veterinarian is or the best dental office or, places to golf, all the things that you're going to want to know when moving to a community, we want to be a resource for you and point you in the right direction. So please reach out to us with any questions. Please subscribe, click the link, all that good stuff. Hit the bell notification. And yeah, thanks for being here. And until then, I will see you in the next video.